Hi, everyone. After an eventful week and a crazy race at the Roval, we are down to 8 drivers in the playoffs. My name is Dan. This is my son, Nick. I'm at home. He's away at college. This is how we've been enjoying the NASCAR Cup season together. How are you doing tonight, Nick?
I'm doing all right. It's been a busy week. How are you doing?
Doing good. So we've got 8 drivers left.
Mhm.
What do you think? Is this about what you expected?
It is. I mean, there were ups and downs from the race, but unfortunately, guys like Cindric and Suarez didn't make the cut. I'm happy about Bell making it, and I am happy about Larson being gone. It gives the younger guys and the non-champions a better chance.
Yeah. And you say like Larson is an old man, but he's pretty young too. But
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
a champion already.
Mhm.
I know what you mean. I picked Bell to win the race, went out on a limb,
Worked out.
and it did not look like he was going to win the race until what? There
Mhm.
was only less than 10 laps left.
Yeah, yeah.
But good job to Christopher Bell. Your win pick was Larson. He had a big problem there and eventually caused him to be eliminated. Our consensus top 3 guy was Austin Cindric. He was
Didn't
looking
work
pretty
out.
good. He just did not have the position at the end.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Your non-playoff best finisher you had as Tyler Reddick. Where did he finish?
He finished eighth.
Okay. He was up there, just not quite winning the race at the end. I had picked McDowell. He looked really good for most of the race. He was caught
Mhm.
up in one of those spins at the end, and he finished in the 20s somewhere. Okay, so this was mass chaos at the end of this Roval race. When you're thinking about the point standings and everybody's numbers, and if they needed to gain positions or if they couldn't afford to lose positions, to me, I just don't really like it. The results of the last 5 laps, or even of the results of a green white checkered, shouldn't be what determines your whole season up until that point, if you're going to be able to advance or not. What do you think?
The caution did throw off what Elliott up like 8 seconds ahead of everything. But also that is just part of the game. Sure, you can get eliminated because of a caution or a yellow flag, but that is part of the risk. And you can race your best and still like McDowell finished in the 20s just because of an error.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the eliminations. I think I might be okay with the playoffs, but let's not have these eliminations every 3 races and just have it being silly. I feel like it's silly. I don't have a better solution right now.
That's what I was gonna say. So you want all 16 in the championship race? Like,
Yeah, so I don't want a championship race.
hmm.
I don't want one race to decide the whole season, just like I don't want one green, white checkered to decide if a driver is eliminated or not. I feel like in auto sports, it's not the same as the Super Bowl or the NBA title game where you go and you win that one game and you're the champion. I just don't think it's not the same kind of a sport. I think that better results over a period of races should have more consideration. That's my opinion.
I still like the elimination. It adds the drama. It adds who's gonna make it, who's not. Larson's gone. There's no chance. If you did do most consistent, then it's not like, oh wow, Bell, who's really behind, wins a race, is back in it, and now he has a chance. Like if you have 2 spin outs and someone's more consistent, then you're not gonna catch them. So I like the elimination style still.
So we should talk about Cole Custer because he got penalized this week, a big penalty because basically he slowed down so Briscoe could pass him. And not only that, he kind of threw a block on a couple of other cars so Briscoe could gain some positions. Of course, they claimed that they thought maybe Custer had a flat tire and they were telling him to check up. I don't know that anyone is actually buying that.
Mm.
But do you think that it's right that a teammate should be penalized for slowing down to let his teammate who can advance in the playoffs get around him.
Yeah, I just like I don't know what they'd expect. Like Custer being up two, 3 spots is not going to matter when his teammate can get advanced in the playoffs. I think they could have done a little better job of making it seem more natural, not the flat tire excuse.
They need to have some kind of a code for that, other than check up, you got a flat tire. If they agreed on some of those things in advance, and then he just kind of eases off rather than hitting the brakes. Now that we have reset, going into the round of 8, Chase Elliott is our leader. Following him, we've got Joey Logano second, Ross Chastain third, Christopher Bell fourth. Then tied for 5th place, you have Ryan Blaney and William Byron. Denny Hamlin is 7th, and Chase Briscoe is 8th. Chase Briscoe in 8th place is only 9 points below the cut line currently. So they're packed in there pretty tight on the lower half. Chase Elliott, of course, has the biggest lead. It's 20 points from his place down to 2nd and Joey Logano. We've got 3 races in this round of 8. This Sunday, we are at Las Vegas, followed by Homestead, Miami, followed by Martinsville.
All of these playoff drivers are decent to really good at these. These tracks are more normal, like intermediate level, 1.5 mile tracks. I do like Byron. I will say that. I was doubtful that he'd move on, but now that we're in this clearing, I like Byron's odds.
At the Las Vegas race this spring, he was 5th. Then at the Texas playoff race that was just 3 races ago, similar track, he was 7th. So pretty good results there for Byron.
And Byron also won at Martinsville race.
That's right. That's right.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say Elliott, just because he's got such a lead, really just getting top 10s, and he'll be set for the 4.
At the Las Vegas race this spring, he was 9th. Texas playoff race just 3 races ago, he was 32nd. Something happened to him there. Chase Elliott was pretty good at Martinsville too, wasn't he?
He finished 10th, but he did sweep the first 2 stages and led 185 laps.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. I also really like Chastain on these tracks that are coming up. Las Vegas in the spring, he was 3rd. He finished 13th in the Texas playoff race recently. I don't have the Martinsville in front of me.
He finished 5th at Martinsville.
Okay. Do you think it's going to take a win from most of these guys in order to advance to the finals?
2 of these 3 wins are going to be playoff guys. I think I'm confident in that level that 2 of these 3 will. So, yeah, it probably would require a win from at least one that's on like the lower end. Yeah. Just because the points are so close. And if you have one bad race in this, you'll be like 20 behind.
If you're not going to win one, you absolutely can't afford a 30th place finish.
Yeah.
Without coming back and winning the next one, I guess. At the Las Vegas Speedway in the spring of this year, Alex Bowman was the winner. Too bad he's not going to be racing this time. Alex Bowman is out for the next 3 races at least. Kyle Larson had finished 2nd there. Chastain was 3rd. Kyle Busch was 4th. And Byron, as we mentioned, was 5th. The Las Vegas playoff race from last season, Denny Hamlin was the winner, and Chase Elliott was 2nd. Kyle Busch was 3rd. Interesting. And then if you go all the way back to last spring at Las Vegas, Kyle Larson was the winner. So some of these guys that we've been talking about, we have the expectation that they're going to be good. I think you also throw Kyle Busch into the mix. This is one of his tracks where he's good. And then I've been mentioning that Texas race from 3 races ago, just because it is a 1.5 mile track, similar in terms of tire wear. Tyler Reddick was the winner of that race, while Logano was 2nd and Justin Haley was 3rd. Speaking of Tyler Reddick, Nick, did you hear the news that he is going on to 2311 next season. They've bought out his remaining contract with RCR.
Yeah, I saw that. And like I said way back when they did the announcement, why are they announcing this over a year before it's going to take place? Just, yeah, it makes sense. Just switch him over now. There's no point.
Unfortunately, what I fear this is going to mean is that Kurt Busch will announce that he's stepping away. So, Nick, who do you like to win at Vegas?
There's many good options. I'm going to go with Ross Chastain. I think he's got it. All those guys, I feel like, are going to be up there in the end. I think Chastain can pull it off.
I think he's definitely going to be up there. That's a good pick. For my pick to win, I'm going to swerve just a little bit here. I think it's going to be Joey Logano.
You think Logano will have a better car than all those other guys?
Logano just seems to be there when he needs to. Hasn't he been in the championship for the last, I don't know how many years, at least 2 maybe? I could be wrong about that.
Was he last year?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and check.
Yeah.
Beyond Chastain and Logano, who do we like for our consensus third top driver?
I'm going to throw out Elliott or Larson. I think would be a very fair consensus third.
Yeah, you got 2 things going there. Larson's going to be angry about missing out. He's definitely been good at this track. Elliott's going to want to go ahead and get that win and cement his championship run, so he doesn't have to worry about these next 2 races. Let's lean toward Elliott. Would you be okay with that?
Okay, I think Elliott's a good, because even if he doesn't get the win, finish the top 5, you'll be so set. He just wants to get that over with. You're right.
So how about your top non-playoff driver for this race? You've got more to choose from now. So I don't know if we can call it a sleeper anymore.
Well, I would say Larson, but I'm going to make it interesting also, and I'm going to put Bubba up there.
Okay. Yeah, Bubba Wallace won at Kansas not too long ago in the playoffs. A lot of times with Bubba, we kind of know before the race. If he's fast in practice and qualifying, he's going to be up there.
Yeah.
But if he's not, he's not. That's usually how it's been.
Let's hope he's good then.
Yeah. So for my top non-playoff driver, for me, this one is going to be between Reddick and another guy, and I think I'm going to go with this other guy because I just feel like he's got one last hurrah. That's going to be Kyle Busch.
You think he's going to try?
I think so. This is his hometown. I think he will.
I feel like he's kind of been checked out. He did finish well at the last race, but if you're going to go all out, he'd go all out here.
Once again, I'm hoping for a good race. I'm hoping that there's not wrecks that take out a bunch of the field. It'd be nice if people wouldn't cut tires and lose their power steering. Poor old Suarez, my goodness.
I'm hoping it'll be clean, but I do like to keep things interesting. I got my eye on Hamlin still. He's down there with Byron.
You're right.
I'd be interested in seeing something happen.
Yeah, and Chastain's been behaving, but I promise you there's some drivers that haven't forgotten about him too. Let's enjoy the race this weekend. We'll come back together and see who's in trouble and who's looking good. But thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.